Cheers.
I don't know what's in those cups, but
water.
What a
It
great
better
way to
not
start.
be.
What a great way to start an episode. What a great way.
Oh man.
All right.
Anyhow,
I just-
how are we doing this? I mean,
I just don't
we
know
have a-
where to begin. I guess we do need a formal intro. I guess we do need a formal intro.
All right, hi everybody. Welcome.
We can
to
put
another
that into
episode
the
of You
bloopers.
Never told me. That was probably the most deadest way of
Dead
starting off.
intro.
all right, I got y'all. Welcome everybody to season 2, episode 2 of Dude You Never Told Me. It's me, Alex, with my two best friends.
Who's next? Oh, me. What's up, guys? My name is Anthony. Y'all remember me?
We'll go down the line since it's like kind of slanted this way.
Sure.
But it's me, Devante. Welcome. I'm glad to have you guys here.
Man, what a great way to start the new year, guys. We're bringing back season 2. We had episode 1 just released today, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should go back and check it because this will probably be within 2 weeks of releasing that.
Absolutely. 100%.
But speaking of like time, bro, that's my problem right now. Is time. Look at today. It's already 1:30. It's already the end of January for 2025.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Isn't that crazy?
I think we should look at the time. It's 8 something. I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
It's 8 something.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
the
I
date.
feel you. My daughter turns 6 weeks tomorrow.
yeah, like
Congratulations.
it's so crazy how time has flown by, and like each day, like I'm like literally waking up, going through the swings of life, and then I realize like my day's over, and then the next day's already here, and now it's already like 30 days into the year, and I don't know, I just feel like my time is like dissipating, just going by me.
Did you have a good
That's the problem
January?
getting older.
Yeah, it does feel like that. I did have a good January. I feel like I was very productive with my
Nice.
time.
Nice.
Productive in terms of, you know, like we went over last time, we talked about New Year's resolutions and whatnot. Still sticking to it.
Good.
Sticking to my reading and the gym going, and what else? Hanging
Said
out
less
a lot,
games.
less games. That one's still working on the less games part, but definitely getting there. It's only the first month, but I just think like today felt like it kind of dragged on, but like each day feels so long, but then you look back and you're like, whoa, like it's already
The end of
today.
January.
Yeah.
It's like just yesterday
this-
we were celebrating 2024.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's
Just yesterday,
that's
I
just
didn't
the
even know I
problem.
was gonna have a kid in less than a year.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever feel that way. Like time is just kind of slipping by, or is your time been like slow or fast or what?
Dude, my kid was born like yesterday. It feels like that time has definitely been flying by.
Isn't that
It's
what
felt long,
Every parent
but
says.
fast.
Doesn't every parent says, "Oh, just yesterday you were just a little baby." I get that a lot from my mom.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, one day we'll all understand that. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, but yeah, no, she. It's like I still think about how just the other day, you know, just me and Chelsea, and now it's like, oh nope, it's me, Chelsea, and this baby we're having to take care of all the time.
Yep.
And you know, it's a lot of fun. It's very rewarding, very challenging, especially when you're sleep deprived and she's just wailing in your ear and nothing you do will calm her or soothe her, and you're like, what did I do? Why are you so upset? Like,
broke
do you
the
want
baby.
more food? Do you want snuggles? Do you want your diaper changed? We just changed it, but I'll change it again. You know, like, so you just kind of sit there and you're just like, all right, and you just hold her, you kind of pat her on the butt a little bit. Eventually she starts calming down. You're like, okay, good.
Nice.
And then just when you think you're done, you set her down in the bassinet
And
And
she
then
starts
2
crying
minutes
again.
later, she starts crying again. Yep. So the hardest part is figuring out when she's at that deep sleep point, so that way I can put her down and truly let her just sleep. One thing that we actually read about was that babies like will feel your warmth, and so like when they lose that warmth from like laying on you or laying with you, that when they hit the bassinet, now they're cold, right? So that's why they're like all upset and waking up.
Sure, makes sense.
So Chelsea read something that you could put like uh
A heated blanket.
a heated blanket or like a heating pad and like put it underneath them and then like leave it there, and then as they're getting comfortable, then you just slowly like turn down the heat and then turn it off and then let them just
Bro,
that
that's
just reminds me of like those like
Oh.
parenting hacks.
yeah, it's AFK parenting, man.
Yeah.
You gotta write a book called AFK parenting.
It's just something we should be encouraging though, just to not be present. To just automate everything. You know, we're
during your,
automating things before we have like actual robots to parent for us.
Hey, my best moments of getting Lily to deep sleep is I'll let her sleep on me, right? And once I know she's passed out, I'll just be gaming and she'll be on me and I'll be like in a fort of pillows so that way I know she's not rolling anywhere in her sleep and I can just game and like
Nice.
I've got her and like I've got her right here so I can look down and be like, okay, is she breathing? Yep. Okay. Go back. Look down, up, down,
There you
up,
go.
yep.
That's
Yep.
that's the modern the modernness of parenting nowadays. You know, like back then before they had games, like you know, you're holding a baby. What do? You just sleep as well. But now you can watch TV, you can be on your phone, you can read a book, you can play games. So much things at your disposal.
You can be what's that movie with Ben Ziesel where he's like the
pacifier.
The pacifier. You could be the pacifier.
Wait, I have to tell you something really interesting I found out about the pacifier. Like
What?
I think I was listening to a podcast, I don't know which one, but they said that the pacifier was really supposed to have starred Jackie Chan instead of Vin Diesel.
That would have been so interesting.
And then so when
That would
Jackie
have been
Chan,
so different.
when he dropped from the project, so they had Jackie Chan, and you know, there's like a duck, right? So the notion of the duck is that you know, they're gonna have that duck and they're gonna eat it because a duck is a very common thing you eat in Chinese cuisine. And so it's humor. You know, the kids, you know, get a live duck, they have to kill it and eat it, and the kids don't want to. But like because Jackie Chan's Chinese, let's do it anyways. But so when Jackie Chan left the project, they still had the duck, and they were like, I guess we gotta keep it in this film now. That's why the duck is so prevalent in the pacifier.
That's interesting that Jackie Chan was supposed to be the original
supposed to be
character.
the person, apparently.
But Vin
Jackie Chan
Diesel
would've
did
been
all
fun.
right.
I didn't watch the
Yeah,
film.
Vin Diesel's good. You never seen it?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's a great film.
Is it a
fun.
great film?
good.
Or is it one of the
It's-
films that I call like brain rot, where like you don't need to think too hard, you can just watch it. It has some like easygoing jokes, some like good action sequence, you know, some decent action sequences.
Okay, maybe
sounds
it's not
about
right. Maybe it's not that great when you put it like that.
That sounds
Sorry,
about right.
I'm very particular when I say a great film. Like I like to watch films that are like thought provoking or like a really good like action.
Just gotta get an
sequence.
Oscar nomination.
Good.
You like movies like
Cinematography.
Inception.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's
Yeah. What was that new one that came out by that director? It was about time. Speaking of time, Devante.
Which one?
Uh,
Is that
Interstellar?
one where
no, not Interstellar.
That's
No,
they
it's
got
about
Justin
time.
Timberlake?
No, not Justin
no,
Timberlake.
because Christopher Nolan did Inception. His most recent film was Oppenheimer. That's not about time. That's about the Manhattan
No.
Project.
No, not that.
Oh, Tenet. You're thinking of the one.
Tenet.
Oh,
It is
Tenet.
Tenet.
Tenet was
Yes.
pretty good.
That was a good
It's
movie.
like that movie you have to watch twice though.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies where you have to go back and watch, or else you're just kind of like, what did I just watch?
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's all about time and how it's like, you know,
It's
just
very cerebral.
fluid, very fluid.
Yeah, it crosses. Yeah, it's like backwards and forwards.
Yep. It was a very, very cool way to showcase it too.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's been my, I don't want to say issue, but that's been my life where everything just each day feels so long, but consolidated together, you look back, it just feels so short.
really, I think for me, like January, each day feels very short. So like especially on the work day, right? Like I get up, I go to work. That's like 8 hours of my day. I come back home, I walk my dog, I eat dinner, and by that time, and then I go work out. By the time I'm done, it's already like 9 p.m. And I've been trying to go to sleep at like 10:30, something like that. So I don't have like an hour and a half left. I was like, oh, I have to do schoolwork. I need to do some like DJ Never Told Me work. I was like, dang, where's my day gone? Every single day, where's my day gone?
Right. That's the problem. You feel like you don't have enough time in your day to do everything that you want now.
Yeah, we need that 25th hour.
It's very routine.
Somebody needs to convince somebody in the world that we need 4 workday weeks instead of 5.
I mean, some people do like the 40-10, like like 4 days, 10 hours a day.
Man, I would love that. I would love that. I would totally do that. Yeah, you would be just as busy, and you would lose 2 more hours of the day, but the 3-day weekend, man.
Then you're gonna want more. Then you want more.
Then you'd be asking for more weekends.
Yeah, eventually somebody would be like, "Hey, why not 4-day weekends? why not 13-hour days?"
You'd
be surprised, man. Yeah,
I would not be surprised.
I think one of my friends, when his first job, he would do like 1 week he would work like all 5 days, and then he would do 40 hours, like 8 hours a day. The next week he would do 40-10. He would do like 4 days and then 10 hours a day. So that way, every other weekend's like a long weekend for him.
That's nice.
Yeah, but he was also putting in extra hour because he's like a finance person, so he's putting in extra hours anyways. But he made a lot of money out of it, so I can't blame him. Yeah, as we talked about it,
how that goes.
When you're young, we can afford to like spend those extra hours at work, making the extra money. But like when you become like Alex, type of kid, you can't be doing this work and missing your kids' like life. What kind of person that that's not
too
fun.
Busy, man.
That's what's nice about working from home.
It's too busy lifing.
True. So wait, Devante, tell us more about this time thing. I feel like you kind of have floated around it, and I want to. I
just told you about it.
Well, tell me more. Like what all's going on with your time, man? Like I feel like Anthony gave us a bit more details in his time.
Like my day to day, my mundane. Yeah. So in the morning, I wake up. So I'm gonna work from home. So I wake up, I log in my PC, I do work, do meetings, and then sometimes if I'm hungry, I'll grab my I'll make a lunch at home. I'll make a coffee, and then once work is done, I'll
say make a lunch. What time is this lunch at?
Depending on the times of my meetings, it could be like 2:00, like a late lunch.
Yeah,
but like
interesting. You don't need a breakfast, right?
Yeah, I don't need a breakfast.
You have interesting work hours, right? Because like some of your meetings are like people overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does that change your
all over
day?
the place?
Does
no, it doesn't. It doesn't change my work.
You're still doing like a 9 to 5.
Yeah, it's still kind of a 9 to 5. And so after that, practically after my work day, I go to the gym. I come back and I make dinner for me and Wakana, and and then after that's my second day shift. Whether I get online to play games or do you never told me stuff or just do some research.
I got you. Okay.
How's your day been, like Alex? You're still on parental leave, right?
I am still on parental leave. It's been
parental.
It's been pretty nice not having to worry about work. But basically, the day of my life is every 3 hours. Got to feed that child. Got to change her diaper. And then in between, it's just, okay, is she going to sleep? Is she not going to sleep? If she sleeps, what am I going to do? Am I going to sleep? Am I going to play games? Am I going to be on my phone for a little bit? Am I going to read? Am I going to research? Am I going to do TV, whatever, just kind of figure out what the time is. Do I need to clean up some stuff? Do I want to try and get some food going? Like, there's not a lot of time because it takes her like 30 minutes to feed, and it's 3 hours from the starting point of the feeding. So if it takes her 30 minutes to feed, then I got 2.5 hours left, and then I still got to try and put her down. And sometimes she likes to pee or poop after I finish feeding her or in the middle of it. So now I got to change the diaper again afterwards. So you get a limited amount of time on what you want to do, but you also get a lot of time because when you're on parental leave, like that's all you're doing. So
Mm.
I can only imagine what it's going to be like once I have to go back to work. That's where I feel like the real challenges begin
Right.
as far as time management goes. But you know,
What
I
about like
think
shopping and stuff?
shopping is not bad
How do y'all
because
do that?
we have Walmart Plus, so we do a lot of grocery delivery, but we uh if we ever want to like buy fresh fruits and veggies, then we'll go to the store just because no offense to the people picking it out, but they suck. They don't exactly pick the best fruits or veggies or fresh to be exact.
My
And
conspiracy is that they're actually encouraged not to pick their freshest ones.
that's what
Mm.
I've heard.
Yeah,
That's
because I know
exactly what
one of
I've
my
heard.
friends. She was an HEB, like a
Interesting.
go shopper, and she was
Yeah.
like, yeah, like they you can't really say, oh, you should pick the most rotten one, but like you have to pick the ones that no one else would want because they can't sell those to if you go in person. So if you're not there
Yep.
in person, you don't get the freshest product.
True.
It's a trade off.
I will say this though, Walmart's pretty nice. Like they if we get like bad product, then I just tell them and they'll just refund it immediately. And either they'll come send someone to come pick it up or I just throw it away. So that part's pretty nice. They're usually pretty good about that.
What's a bad product that you've gotten?
Oh my gosh,
You got
a
like a
bad
swished tomato.
product.
I got like rotten basil one time. I was so sad.
I found I had a carton of eggs and 3/4 of the carton was busted.
Oh yeah,
they
that's pretty bad.
They replaced the whole thing.
Like the eggs are
Yeah.
already broken.
Yeah, it was bad. And I was like, really? I was like, come on, man. There's like 5 eggs left that were good. And it was like an 18 pack. So, like almost all of them were gone.
Dang. Speaking of eggs, I heard they're expensive these days.
Yeah, they are pretty expensive.
It's all relative,
think-
right?
My mom was, we were talking on the phone earlier. She was telling me at Costco for like a 24 pack, it was like $8, which that's not too bad in my opinion. But that's Costco.
24?
You got to pay for a membership to go there.
I don't know. I don't buy eggs. You
don't need eggs?
Eggs.
No,
Eggs
not
are
really.
That's just a good source of protein and cholesterol, but mainly protein.
Yeah, they're good fat and
Less.
good protein.
Hey, am I wrong? The egg yolk is like 100% cholesterol.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I don't know. We just don't really eat eggs that much.
Do you not
Yeah.
ever? Do you make fried rice with eggs, or do you? I'm sorry. Do you put eggs in your fried rice, or like?
Yeah. I just haven't had fried rice in a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
don't know. We usually make like dishes that don't require
Eggs.
eggs, and so that's why we just don't buy them. And then when we do buy them, like they're just kind of around for a while.
Yeah, that's what I
It kind
think.
of ends up being like a little waste. So you have to buy like the 6 egg carton.
I gotcha.
Just
You always get a small pack.
whenever I buy eggs, I don't use them all. I just go baking. I just bake something. It's the easy way to use eggs.
Mhm.
So
Mm.
this past weekend we learned like a good blondie recipe that we made for one of our
Blondie?
friends. So
What's
we
that?
did- It's like a they have a brownie, but like with like cocoa. So it's like looks like a cookie cake batter. They call
Okay.
them blondies.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. It looks like a white brownie, doesn't it?
Yeah, like a white brownie.
Yeah.
what?
You ever heard of that?
Blondie?
Yeah, go ask your wife. She's definitely heard of that.
Yeah. The best way I can describe it is like just a white brownie,
It's a
man.
white brownie.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's what we use our eggs for. There are days where I go like I eat eggs. Like there's times I eat eggs a lot. Like I eat scrambled eggs. I'll eat like like a side up eggs or something like that.
Question:
What's up?
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Do you put ketchup on it? Yes or no? And if no, is it okay to put ketchup on it?
I think it's fine.
Where are we scrambling these eggs? But sure, ketchup on eggs is okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure because I used to get so much shit for it in college from my roommates, from my we'll call him the turtle, and from Squid, and from the little dude. They used to all give me shit for putting ketchup on my eggs.
It's fine.
I mean, in Japan, like omurice.
Omurice, yeah.
Yeah,
Delicious.
that's practically egg over rice with
Mhm.
ketchup on top. So it's like normal. It's like normal over there.
Honestly, I think
Okay.
that's where I learned to eat. Like I kind of like learned to eat like ketchup and eggs. It's like
Yeah.
from watching animes that have almond rice in it. I was like, this is
Mhm.
good. This is delicious.
I don't
I
know
like
why I
there
did.
as well.
Probably just a southern thing.
Yeah, I think so too. Because some people put like instead of ketchup, they'll put hot sauce.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, the
Tabasco,
typical-
Cholula,
Yeah.
all that kind of
See,
stuff.
see, they'll agree and say that hot sauce makes sense, but then the moment I put ketchup on there, they look at me like I'm doing the most sacrilege thing they've ever seen.
What about salsa? You put salsa and then ketchup,
well-
just like
Yeah, like an omelet, right?
yeah.
Yeah, no, they say salsa's fine, but
Ketchup.
I don't put salsa on there.
Mm.
I just put ketchup.
Huh. But yeah, ketchup on ketchup on eggs is fine. I think it's good.
Cool.
So
Just want to make sure. Anthony, did you not catch the memo? Everyone's wearing gray today.
We're wearing gray today. No, I'm wearing red. It
Yeah,
brings
look,
good
me and
luck,
Devante
man.
are wearing gray.
I just finished.
Does it?
I finished.
He's wearing red because of the Chiefs.
No,
Oh, is that what he's
I'm
wanting?
rooting
He's
for
wanting
the-
the Chiefs to win.
I'm rooting for the
Okay.
Eagles next.
'Cause last
2
time-
weeks.
Last time
We were all
this
wrong.
will be our update. We are well,
Well, technically,
not
if-
yet, not yet.
yeah. If
not
we
yet.
were in like a bracket betting, you two would still be in contention because you picked the Chiefs to win Super
Pick
Bowl.
the Chiefs.
I picked the
Yeah.
Lions, and I was dead
Man, I'm
wrong.
surprised that
Oof.
the Lions
Oof.
lost. That was a big. Oof.
Especially, you know what? When the Commanders knocked the Lions out, I just wanted them to win. I was like, go to the Super Bowl at this point. You knocked out the best team in the NFC. You might as well go all the way. And then they just had to choke to the Eagles.
Eagles are the
Oh,
best.
I was
they
like-
choked- they-
I was like,
they
y'all didn't
choked
even deserve
hard.
to be in the championship game. Y'all
They
did not
choked
deserve
super
it.
hard.
the Lions.
Exactly. The Commanders
The
Commanders
Commanders.
yeah,
basically
Commanders played
went to the
really-
championship
they played
game
really
just
bad.
to let the Eagles go. I was like, come on,
They
man.
played really bad. But hey,
Terrible.
I mean, they had
Terrible
a Cinderella year, right? Because wasn't this like their rebuilding year? They got the first round draft pick, and they just
Man,
trained
they've
them
been
up.
trying to
Yeah.
rebuild since their name change, man.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is next year they're gonna be like the Texans were this year. They'll make it back to the to the playoffs, but then they're gonna
They'll
lose in
lose.
like round 2.
I can see that. I think what they call it the sophomore slump. Like a lot of like good quarterbacks have like a bad sophomore year.
Hey, they're trying really hard. They're trying really hard to stop the tush push. To several plays.
right?
I think they're just hoping to time it correctly, right? Like if you time it correctly, then you will stop it. But they just like jumping.
Hey,
You gotta give them props. Like they.
He even got the ref saying we'll give them the score.
I saw that. I
I
was
think
like, what
that's-
the heck?
I think that's for expediency of the game. That makes sense, right? Like I'm not gonna watch.
Nah, screw that.
10.
I think it makes sense if you're at the 1 yard line and you're already. It's like, what's another penalty gonna do? You might as well
Well,
just
Right,
I mean,
they're
go
just
for it.
racking them up.
That's the mindset.
That's
then.
strategy. That's
No,
strategy.
That's not just prolonging a game, right? Like that's, you're just
That's
No,
prolonging
but
it so long.
I would say that has to be strategy though, because like think about it. There was the one that this is going back like football history, but this is like Belichick when they first they called for a penalty on a 4th down just so they can go backwards like on the a 4th down where they have to kick the ball.
Yeah.
And so they get the penalty so they can go backwards like even more so they
Yeah.
can kick it, have a better chance to kick it.
Sure.
And then that was like exposed. And so like it's like, is it really strategy or is it really a delay of game in terms of like it's a hindrance? But I don't know. I think it's worth the effort to try and do it, right? To
think
try and
the
stop
first-
the push.
It's
The
kind of
first
like how
couple of
Josh
times is
Allen,
fine.
whenever Josh Allen gets tackled, he always flops. He's always trying to get like a roughing the passer.
Extra, yeah.
Man, he's-
extra
yeah.
penalty
He's
call.
he learned it from the best. He learned from the guy he lost to.
Hey, Patrick Mahomes learned from Josh Allen. Let's make it very clear. Josh Allen is the king when it comes to flopping.
I think,
Nobody flops like him.
I was talking to
Hey.
my brother about like like the Bills and Chiefs game, and like he said something that just made me, because I didn't watch too much football until like maybe this year again, and he told me something I can't unsee is that like for someone like Patrick Mahomes, he definitely knows the rules of football. So like he'll run towards the sidelines, and a defender will think he's going out, so they'll slow down, and he'll just speed back up again. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, you definitely know the rules of the game. You know that if they hit you hard enough, that's a penalty on them. Whether it's because you're the passer, you're defenseless, you're defenseless runner. Like hard hits are like discouraged for that kind of thing. So like you're gonna
Right.
slow down, like look like you're running out of bounds, and then you're gonna speed back
Right.
up again. I'm like, dang, you definitely know
Yeah.
the rules. I don't know if I
Yeah.
like that.
Something Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are both very good at is they pump fake it a lot. Like they'll act like they're gonna throw, and then they don't throw. They hold it. They pump a second time to make the defender think that, and then like the defender wants to tackle him, but they don't want to do it late, you know. And so they like they wait, and then they get like an extra like 3 or 4 yards because of it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the rules of the game. They know that's what it takes to be a Super Bowl championship, team.
It's
Take
like
advantage of the rules.
That's what they're gonna do.
But I will say, like, going back to like the Commanders, I think the warning was good, right? Like you can try a few times. If after a while, like, am I gonna give you 10 attempts to do this? No, that's outrageous. 3 attempts, sure, but 10 attempts, okay. Let's calm down.
They were going for a while.
Yeah.
I think it was at least 3 or 4.
Exactly. I think after the 4th one, I think a warning was due call, and then I was like, at the time, you're just wasting time now. Like it's whatever.
Hey, they did their best.
They did
but
their
now
best. They tried. Yeah.
It's the Eagles versus the Chiefs. So now we have to call it. Who do we think?
The Chiefs. It's just going to be a repeat of Super Bowl.
You're sticking with the
2 years
Chiefs?
ago. Of course, 100%. If they
I'm
could stop the
sticking
tush
with the
push when they
Chiefs.
had Jason Kelsey, they can stop it now without him.
Definitely. I'm going with the Chiefs on this
I'm
one.
going
Repeat.
Eagles.
The
Eagles.
only
Eagles.
thing
Eagles are a good
that gives
team.
the Eagles an edge from now versus 2 years ago is one man and one man alone. And it's the only man that honestly pushed the Eagles to the Super Bowl this year. Saquon Barkley.
Sure. And then
It's Hurts, man.
That man is a beast. Now, Hurts did nothing for the team this year.
well,
How
that
many
one
times
man
did he
is
throw
gonna-
a touchdown?
Hey, he's a quarterback. He did everything for the team.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually
That
true.
was
I was
all
talking about
Saquon.
like, my brother was more convinced that Josh Allen would win MVP more than Saquon Barkley would win MVP. He's like, because the
Maybe
NFL has a
Josh Allen
history
actually made it.
of doesn't giving like MVPs to like running backs. They give it to a lot of quarterbacks.
Right.
Yeah, and as Devante said, it's because like quarterbacks are seen as like the head of the offense. So like they're leading their team to victory. They're doing those like 2-minute drills, marching down the field. That's why like these young quarterbacks they're being like made team captains. Like that's interesting dynamic because like what if you've been on that team for like 7 years? Like you want to be team captain. You're trying your hardest, and then they hire like the first pick, first round. Goes to the quarterback and like.
Yeah.
This
year
kid
one.
who's like 7 years younger than you, he's team captain now. Gotta listen to him. You're like, I guess so.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a lot of NFL like stars.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's
we'll
why
see.
you got
we'll see.
teams.
We'll see in 2 weeks.
We'll
2
see.
weeks.
That's why you see
Well-
more seasoned teams in the Super Bowl typically.
No,
Hurts isn't a young quarterback. Mahomes isn't either. They're both in their prime. Both got some games under the belt. Both have been in the Super Bowl, so it's not surprising to see them. But I don't think that Hurts and the Eagles are there because of Hurts. I definitely think it's all Saquon.
I mean,
Just saying. I'm just saying.
that man, first play of the Commanders game, touchdown, legit.
Yeah.
First play.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Hey.
true.
Exactly.
Right out the gate with it.
You don't
Say-
need a tush
and-
push if you doing 30-yard runs for a touchdown.
My point exactly.
True.
The Chiefs got to figure out how they're going to shut down Saquon because if they can't do that, then it's going to be a shootout. Is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
But it's going to be between Mahomes and Saquon, not between Mahomes and Hurts. Because if it's between Mahomes and Hurts,
Chiefs are going to come out on top, my
fine.
guy.
I agree. No, 100%. Chiefs going to win. Rest in peace to the Lions. We thought they would make it,
Damn,
but
man. Jared
No.
Goff has such a
Perhaps
bad
next
game.
year.
He has such a bad game.
it wasn't even. Goff could have played a lot better, but it wasn't even his fault fully. I mean, the defense could not stop the Commanders. Like they needed to get the turnovers, and they couldn't.
Yeah, I mean
That was one of the biggest problems. I mean, the Commanders did 3
Right,
interceptions on
three
Goff.
interceptions.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
2 on Goff and then 1 on the receiver who threw that one trick play.
Yes. His name was James. Was it James Williamson? I think
I
is
don't
his name.
remember.
I'm pretty sure
Uh,
that's his
not
name.
sure.
It could be. It's either James or Jameson, but I think it's James. I know because I have a lot of Lions players on my team in fantasy, but he's like one of the only 2 I don't have because he was like newer.
Dude, I got to ask, what about the Cowboys head coach?
Man,
Is it Brian Stockheimer, right? What's his name?
I
it's
don't know too much about him.
I don't know anything about him.
I like our new defensive coordinator that we got from the Bears. I forget his name,
Bears.
but I like him. He's not a good head coach, but he's a good defensive coordinator.
Mm.
Who?
That I can't remember his name.
I have no clue.
If you're looking it up, just type in Cowboys new DC.
Sure. Cowboys.
So they got a new head coach and a defensive coordinator.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
their
took him
last
from the
one
Bears.
was oof. Did he
That's
have
crazy.
a rough day?
Yeah, Dan
Matt
Quinn
Eberflus.
was the defensive coordinator the Cowboys used to have. He is now with the Commanders, and you saw the kind of season they have. So, I
Yeah.
mean, we definitely lost some good coaching to that team. Very sad. You would think Jerry would see that and be like, "Oh shit," like.
Hey, Jerry
But no.
Jones is the new head coach.
Jerry Jones is the new head coach. He's been the head coach.
He's been the head coach. Yeah.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to do good next year. I think it's going to be a mid-year. I think they're going to barely miss playoffs type of year. Like they'll probably be.
That's every year.
Well, no, they completely missed playoffs this year. They didn't barely miss it. And the year before that, we've made it the last few years. Just they don't win round. They don't win round one. No, they always get knocked out. They usually make wild card, or they make. I think they made top of the division one year in the last 5 years, but then it didn't matter because there's another team ahead of them in the entire division. So
it never matters, Alex.
Yeah. So, it is what it is.
To the Cowboys fans' life.
Welcome, as if I haven't been listening to the Cowboys since I was a kid.
Well, we have to because we live here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my grandpa kept me in the loop for sure. Last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, I was born, so
A while ago.
Yeah.
The 1990s. What was that?
Troy Aikman, 95, yeah. Same year. Mm-hmm. All right, everyone. Well, I think that wraps up everything that we're going to talk about today. It's been a real big pleasure just chatting with you guys, and thank you for listening. Anthony, Devante, do you have anything else to close us out before we go?
Yeah, if you like what you heard, please follow us on YouTube and Spotify. Comment, leave a comment, give us a review, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, or do whatever it takes to get our next episode into your feed. We'd really appreciate it.
Definitely. Also, one more update. We have a long time. What? One more. We have a long time person who's been supporting our show, who's been doing our intros, Leviction. He will not be back on, but he has, or maybe he will, who knows? But he has a song coming out that will be released soon, hopefully by the time that this episode comes out. So please take a look on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube, wherever streaming platforms that he puts it on.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank y'all for sharing. Again, thank you guys for taking the time to listen to us. It's always a pleasure being here with you guys. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for y'all. So look forward to next week's episode. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.